Mark, I feel like it was like halfway through last year. My recollection is you said something like JD is either the most consequential or powerful or
Influential.
influential VPs that you could recall, or at least
Yeah.
the question is, it feels like ever since then he's kind of fallen off the radar. Like I'm not sure what he's doing anymore. Like, is he still influential, or where is he at? What's he doing?
He's very influential. Uh, he's involved in everything. He doesn't always get his way, but he is right there. And one of the undercovered stories in this administration, and it was lost in the Susie Wiles Vanity Fair brouhaha, because that story, for all of its flaws, actually sort of got to this, including with the photo. There's never been an administration governed by a group like this. There's like seven people, and they decide nearly everything.
Yep.
Okay. Susie Wiles, Scott Bessent, Marco Rubio, Stephen Miller, the vice president, Mark, who am I leaving out? James Blair. And these are all the people pictured. He's James in a different category. The vice president and Scott Bessent and Marco Rubio and Stephen Miller and Susie, they're in everything.
Witkoff. Yeah.
Witkoff.
Yep.
They're in everything.
And Jared now. Jared's back.
Yeah, but Witkoff
But
and
not
Jared
he's
aren't
not in the
doing,
White House as much.
yeah, and they're not doing domestic policy. But
Right.
but the others are doing foreign and domestic. And the vice president is extremely well liked. He plays up well. He plays down well. He's got allies throughout the administration.
Yep.
I think what the case is he's purposely gone a little bit underground. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need any credit. Doesn't need any attention. But he is
So
not. He's not in the doghouse. He's not in the outhouse. He is right there in the White House, influencing everything.
I guess
I agree. I do think he some of his body language betrayed an interest in getting a little more press when he decided to proactively get in front of the news cameras at the White House podium, behind the White House lectern, in the press room, the briefing room, after the first killing in Minnesota of Renee Good. He got right up there and decided to set the edge, so to speak, in defending the action. The officer shot her, shaming the media and the like. And that was, he really sort of pushed for that. A few weeks later, when there was the killing of Alex Preddy, it certainly sort of put him on the spot a little.
Yep.
But what you're saying is correct. He's very influential. He remains that way. And back to my colleague Barack Ravid, he's the one who first sort of awakened me to the concept of Trump's cabinet, or not really his cabinet. This council of advisors is something you see in the Middle East with a sultan,
Right.
it's basically, it's called a majlis. It's essentially this one group sits around and decides all of this big stuff sort of together and sends it on. But Trump is the sultan.
Yeah.
I guess
Yes.
part of what's
Well
going through
said.
what I'm seeing is it feels like every day there's some significant thing that Trump is doing, some news. He's doing so much.
That's Trump.
Like
Yeah.
it's supposed to be,
Yeah.
you think it's going to be like the first 100 days. Well, it's the first 4 years apparently of the second term.
Yeah.
But and I'm seeing a lot from whether it's at the podium or wherever, just a
Yeah.
lot that Marco Rubio is getting credit
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. So let's go back to the history of vice presidents serving term limited presidents who have presidential aspirations. And as many of you know, I only go back to Reagan because I think everything in presidential politics changed, was different before Reagan. So Reagan's vice president in the second term of Reagan had aspirations. George H.W. Bush. Then you get skipped to Al Gore, had presidential aspirations for the 2000 cycle. Then you skip to Biden, okay, and that's it.
I forgot
Because
Dan Quayle. Dan Quayle erasure.
Dan Quayle, you're
Yeah,
right, but
he ran
no,
briefly
but
in
here's
2000.
why. No. Here it wasn't a second term president. That's why I skipped Quayle. Wasn't second term. So if you look at Bush 41 and Gore and Biden, exact same pattern. And I've written about this. I've covered it. It's a fascinating thing. Their political teams were basically told, don't do anything to help your guy. The White House won't allow that. You can't meet with donors. You can't travel and do political trips that we're not for. You can't curry favor with other politicians. Meeting donors is a big one because even though we're in term limited, even though you want to run for president, we're running through the tape. And everything we do in this White House is for the incumbent president. You're here because of him. Don't get out of line. And all three of those guys, Gore and Bush and Biden, they all chafed at it. They all thought this is ridiculous. And every so often, their staff would try to be cutesy and say, "Oh, he's not meeting with donors. He's just going to Silicon Valley and having a roundtable. It's not for donors."
He's just in Texas shooting
and then
wild
they'd be
game
told,
with some oil
yeah,
millionaires.
exactly. And they'd be told, "Never do that again. Never do that again." And all three of them struggled in running for president. Biden didn't even get to run for president in 2016. All three of them struggled and chafed because they didn't have the support of the White House and the president. When Ronald Reagan didn't endorse George Bush till very late in the process, and when he did, he mispronounced his last name. And Bill Clinton, the only one running against Gore was Bill Bradley. Clinton didn't support him, and you saw what happened with Biden and Obama. This is totally different. J.D. Vance, the clearest symbol of this, J.D. Vance is the chair of the RNC Finance Committee. Gore, Biden, and Bush 41 were told, stay away from our donors. And they've made J.D. Vance the chair of the Finance Committee. Okay? And the vice president's political team, both formal inside the White House and then outside people like Tucker, they're all close to the president and his team. They're all close to Don Jr., right? There's no Vance political team that's at odds with the president's political team. Doesn't exist. So we've never seen this before. And so I believe part of what you're seeing now is the vice president doesn't need to flex. He doesn't need to be very visible. He is, as Mark said, occasionally like he was when he went in the briefing room, but it's all subterranean. Like last week, he came to Florida, came to Mark's neighborhood, and he did 2 fundraisers in Florida. Raised, I don't know, millions of dollars. You saw no coverage of that. There was no leak about, what he said or who was there. Zero. Because he doesn't need it. He just doesn't need it. So I believe his influence is unprecedented in my career. And I believe that he still is in a strong position. I've said, though, that he started to rub some people the wrong way, which has not been true until now. But not the president's team.
Wow,
just one quick follow-up.
Does that answer your question as best we can?
Yeah, but it feels like with Rubio and DeSantis, they're getting so much done, and they're getting so much press time
I don't think
that
DeSantis
it may be hard for JD to catch up.
Oh, well, I mean, if you look at the polling, they need to catch up to JD.
No.
Yeah, like don't mistake what you see on social media.
He has all the money. Yeah. He has all the money. He has all the money and all the political support. Cozy Earth right now will do something extraordinary for you. Not as extraordinary as breaking 7 international exclusives in one day, but still extraordinary. 2 pairs of their world famous pajama set, the Cozy Earth bamboo pajama set, 2 for the price of 1. Go to cozyearth.com. Use the promo code two-way BOGO. Buy one, get one. Two-way BOGO to get their famous bamboo pajama set for free. If you buy one, you get another one for free. Valentine's Day right around the corner. This deal will not last forever, a couple more days, really. So if you want to try something from Cozy Earth, you've heard me talk about the pants, how great they are. You've heard me talk about the bubble cuddle blanket, the sheets, the towels. It's all incredibly high quality. And to be able to go on the website and get the pajamas just to try them, and you'll see there's something about Cozy Earth products. It's hard for me to describe it. As skilled as I am as a yacker, a talker, a pitchman, I cannot tell you how great this stuff is. But all I can tell you is go right now to cozyearth.com, buy 1 pair of the pajamas, get another one free, and you'll be hooked on Cozy Earth, probably for the rest of your life, which you may thank me for or you may curse me.
They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the Two-Way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.
And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and Two-Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.